Hi, how are you? Yes, you're here for the modeling for the makeup course, yes? Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm Midnight. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so let's just get you seated here, okay? And I'll explain to you what's going to happen. So we do have our cameras rolling, or we will in a few minutes. And what will happen is our virtual students will just tune in for this course. Today we are going to be doing a natural look on you for the makeup. We would describe this as like a evening dinner look, something that's not too bold, not a lot of not full glam, anything like that, but just is kind of more natural and light. Okay, so that's going to be what we're going to put on you today as the model. So all I'll need from you is, now I looked at your form, you're not allergic to any products. Okay, great. So I'll just need you to take a seat and I'll let you know if I need you to turn left, right, whatever, but generally I just have you sit and I go and walk through the explanation of application with our students. Yeah. Okay. Well, give me about 2 minutes and then we're just gonna get started, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get everything rolling for the course. You're comfortable? You're good? Okay, then I'll get us started. Okay, and we are rolling, so just relax. And again, I'll let you know if we need you to do anything. Okay, well, welcome students. So today we are going to be using our wonderful model here to apply the makeup. We are going to be doing an evening natural look. We can call this an evening dinner look, natural look. Either way, it's going to be pretty minimal makeup application. We're going to apply it in a way that appears very natural, okay? So I have all of my makeup items over here, and you should have yours with you as well. And maybe a test or model, a test fake dummy head or whatever you're going to be using to apply your makeup, okay? I also have our full brushes, so you should have those as well. Okay, all right, perfect. So let's just get started. We're first going to just do some exfoliating spray on your clients. And we're going to go in with a small brush just to remove any dead skin. And I did do a Dead Sea exfoliating spray with coconut water. Okay, feel okay? All right, so if you have any redness in the face, you'll see a little bit in her face here and over here. And just a little bit on the tip of the nose. That can happen with the exfoliation. So we're going to follow up with the Holy Hydration Moisturizer, okay? And you're just going to apply that like that. Okay. Just how you would normally apply a moisturizer, nothing out of the ordinary. This will also help serve as a base for your primer. Okay, so just like that, you can see some of that redness has already faded. Okay, so let's go ahead and now we're just going to add a little headband to your hair. Okay, I'm just going to put this over your head. Okay, perfect. Comfortable? All right, sorry, and I kicked your chair there, so I'm just going to center you back. Good. All right, so now that we have that, just make sure your client's hair is out of his or her face. Alright, our next order of business is to go in with a primer. I'm going to use a Revlon Photo Ready primer today. You can use whatever primer you like best. The main thing you want to make sure you're doing, either way, is ensuring that you have moisturized. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to apply that primer with a brush. Okay, you can also do that with a sponge depending on your preference. Just go down on the chin as well and make sure you're getting worked in there. And then if you could just tilt your head up just a bit, I'm going to get the neck right here. I'm just going to start at the bottom and go up, strokes up like that. And then just checking that we get under the eyes, just there and there. Okay, I'm just going to look to make sure everything is evenly distributed. So just take a look, make sure you don't have any bits that are not absorbed. Okay, so we're going to start out with a slight bit of contouring with our concealer. And again, we're contouring with concealer, so you do not need a contour kit for this. For the light makeup look, we definitely want to make it look natural, but we also want it to be easy to replicate and you don't have to have a contour palette. So choose 2 shades, one darker and one lighter, of concealer that fit your client's complexion, okay? Again, one darker, one lighter. So I'm going to go in first with the lighter. The lighter. And let's go ahead and just apply just under the eyes. And this is where you're going to actually be doing the concealer. And I know it's all concealer, but this is for concealing and not for your contouring. Okay, so let's just go under the eyes. Pretty thick with that one. Okay, you're going to apply a good bit. Then I'm going to apply underneath the chin. Okay. Then I'm just going to go on the, oops, just dropped a little bit there. I'm going to go on the outside, this and out here. And then just along right here. Okay. Take a look. And you can see, as I said, right out under the eyes, along the hairline, and underneath, okay? Alright, so once that is completed, go ahead and get your darker shade of concealer that you picked out. I am using e.l.f. Camo Concealer today, if anyone was wondering, okay? Okay, now we're going to go underneath of all of the areas we just went with the lighter, and we're going to do the darker, so cheeks. Sorry about that. And then on this side. Okay, and then obviously we're not going to go underneath the eyes with darker. We're going to go above on the forehead, just underneath that other line that was lighter. And then just down here. Okay. So again, lines here and here, and then on the cheeks. Now let that sit for just a second before we blend, and we're going to just do a couple drops of serum around the nose there because it does appear to be very dry. So before you apply any type of foundation, you're going to want to address those couple dry areas. So pick whatever your favorite hydrating serum is. I'm just going to do this one here. And I'm just going to use a very small brush to just go in just around the nose. Okay, so you can see that's starting to dry up that dead, or I'm sorry, hydrate that dead skin. See that? So just check your client, make sure they don't have any dry skin like that. Okay. For this next part, we're going to be blending out with a sponge that concealer. So just grab your favorite sponge, okay? And here we go. Just gonna dab that out. And just start on the outside so you can see light to dark. We're going to just start with the light and blend it into the dark a little bit. So we're getting kind of an, we keep that line of color, but we're getting a very blended, beautiful color in the middle, kind of like an ombre. Okay, so we haven't gone to the forehead yet, so take a look at the forehead here. We're going to blend the opposite way, so we're going to go back, okay? Yep, that looks good. Okay, so what we have left is underneath the eyes right there. So let's go in with the back part of your sponge here, if you're able to, okay? And we're just going to now go around the eyes. Yeah, there we go. That looks really good. Alright, so that's the contouring. Take a look. You can see the blending on the cheekbones on each side, and then just around here on the top where the hairline is, okay? So that's how that should look. Next, I'm going to just give you a couple seconds to find your foundation that you're going to use. Sorry, I have powder on me. So you find your foundation that you want to use, and then we will get started with that. For this look, I recommend best case is a medium coverage. You can use a light coverage. I do not recommend using a full coverage, okay? So I'm going to use a medium coverage CC cream by It Cosmetics, okay? I'm going to put some of that on my hand. I'm going to go in with a foundation blending brush, okay? Okay, here we go. Start on your cheeks and go towards the center of the face. And then when you've got the cheeks down, you're going to move to the chin, still upward towards the center of the face. Just around the forehead and towards the center of the face, even as you're doing the forehead. And then I'm going to go straight down the nose. On each side, just under the eyes. I'm going to dab because I don't want that concealer to get messed up too much. We want to keep that concealer hiding any dark spots under the eyes. hard to reach spots out with my sponge, but that'll not be very much. Just around the sides of the face. Okay, so what you want to look for is that one, you don't have brush lines and you've blended those out using your sponge, and that your makeup is blending in around the sides of the face where it meets the hair, right in the top there, okay? And then finally, you're going to check just down here, as you can see on the chin, that you don't have any makeup lines there. So you want it to be all very well blended, okay? So just check for that now and clean up any spots that you see. Now, you can also see this should blend really nice together with your contour. So you have a bit of a darker blended line here that kind of just elongates and brings in the cheekbones. And then down here, that line has basically made the face look a bit slimmer to bring in and accentuate the jawline, okay? Okay, so any questions so far? Yes. So for the contour shades, you're going to look for 1 to 2 shades darker than the typical foundation. So, example, and I know that doesn't always correspond. So I had the It Cream and the e.l.f. Let's see, where is it? Okay, so I had the It Cream, and then I had 2 of the e.l.f. Concealers. So you can see if you hold these next to each other, this one is lighter, okay? I'm sorry, yeah, this one's light. This one is very much lighter, okay? And this lighting kind of doesn't show it, but this one does have a darker tone to it, an undertone. So that's how you want to go both ways, and then this one will be in the middle of that, okay? All right, any other questions? Okay, good. So the next thing that we're going to move on to is we're going to do some eye makeup. For this look, I did do the actual foundation before the eye makeup. You may not choose to do that, but that's my recommendation. So, let me grab the palette. So I'm going to do actually a smoky eye for this, but it's going to be very subtle. I'm just going to grab a lighter color. So this is going to be my lighter color. And I'm going to grab a darker color. Going to be my darker color. So find you 2 colors for your smoky eye. Set those aside. Now we're going to do an eye primer. I'm going to go in with this eye primer here. A little in the back of my hand. I'm going to just apply this with a bit of a brush, okay? Okay. Give that a minute or 2 to dry, okay? I'll find it eventually. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with your darker color. And you're going to start with a blendable eyeshadow brush. I'm going to get some of this on your hand or on your brush. And then take your brush and just to get the excess off so you don't have fallout since we already did the foundation. That can be bad if that happens. Okay, now you're just going to go on the outer corners of the eye on both sides and just blend that in gently. And then do a little bit on one side and then go to the other side so you get even distribution of that color. So once you have the even distribution of the color on both sides, go ahead and just blend out. But don't go past the center of the eye, about right there, okay? Blend up. There we go. And then same thing here. Perfect. Now we're going to go with the next color now. Get you a new eyeshadow brush. You can do one that's lighter for blending, or you can do one that's better for the packing, okay? It's up to you. I'm going to kind of do a blending one with this one here. Then we're going to just open that up, and you're going to do the same thing. Get some on your brush, and then just tap the excess off to prevent the fallout. Alright, and then I'm just going to really lightly go in on the inner corners of the eye. Yep. Okay. Once you're done that, get you a brush that's good for blending the two together, okay? And then we're just going to go and blend in just the middle, not the whole eye. Give you that really nice, elegant, light makeup look. Okay, wonderful. Now we're going to just do a little bit with the eyebrows, nothing major. So let me just find my tools here. This eyebrow pencil, we're just going to go in with this, okay? And I'm just going to start out by just combing out your brows. All right, and then I'm going to just, there we go. I'm just going to start to, fill these in. And I'm just going to go back in and brush that out. Okay, so we just filled in really lightly with those brows, okay? Nothing crazy. Now I'm going to get a brush like this, and we're going to take that dark eyeshadow again, and we're just going to go onto the waterline of the eye on the outside. On the bottom there. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay. That'll give us an effect like we have an eyeshadow, or I'm sorry, an eyeliner, but it's very blurred. So you just want to blend that out. So now I'm just going to go in with the setting powder on your face. Like this. Okay, and now I'm just going to all over your face with that powder. Okay. I'm going a little, just a little bit more. You can use any mascara of your choice. I'm just going to go in with this Roller Lash by Benefit. Alright, and then we're just going to do just the top lashes. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Hoola by Benefit bronzer, and I know we already did the concealer contouring, but this is just going to go a little bit around that darker contouring area. Okay. And then over top of that, I'm going to just do a little bit of this Milk Makeup blush. It's a blush stick. This, I'm just going to in that area, but it is blended. Okay, so you see how that comes in. You can just kind of, it's going to turn the head just a bit this way. You can see just there how it comes down the face, and then on the other side how it's coming down our face. Okay, so you want it to elongate the jawline. Let's go ahead and dust the powder off. Okay, so I'm just going to dust all that setting powder off from around the face. Good. And then this is a like that has like a glittery serum that I'm just going to put just above the blush, just to almost give you a little bit of a highlight look. Okay, and then I'm just going to rub that in with my fingers. All right, and then finally, I'm going with a very light pearl. This might surprise you, lipstick. So it's gonna look like this. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a swatch on my hand so you can see it's not anything crazy. So it just gives this really pretty light iridescent effect on the lips. So that's why I like it. Okay, so let's just go just like that. This way. Okay, so take a look, and as you can see, we didn't do any lip liner here because we did a very light natural look. You could also follow up with a little bit of lip gloss over top of that has a very light nude look. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. You can go in with something like this, just in the center, and then rub your lips together there. You can see how it just kind of makes that even. It's still subtle, but it's a little bit bolder of a look, okay? Alright, so we're going to just finish off with some setting spray. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let that dry. Okay, so that completes our look for today. Does anyone have questions? Yes. Yeah, so when you do your blush, we did use our hands. You can also go in with a bit, the sponge right here, and just dab it like that. Then you get roughly the same effect. Or your other option is, where's my, one second, I'll show you. You could go in with a small blending and just blend it like that. So those are your options. Either way is fine. Yep. Yeah, so your other option is to remove your setting powder. This is a great point with a kind of a sponge. It's not a sponge, it's like a cotton cloth round, right? A pad, that your buffing pad. So you can do that. Just like that. That'll also work just fine if you prefer that. Yep. Yes, so we did not do any mascara on the bottom lash, and that is simply because we did do that eyeshadow around the waterline, and we didn't want to make the eyes look too heavy. For sure. Okay, any other questions? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this hairband. Okay. And no other questions today, right? Okay, well, thank you so much for being our makeup model. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you'd like to sign up for future modeling sessions, please just do so on our website. But again, it's been a pleasure today, and I will see you soon.